we must be agree that every concept and the positioning of of every brand, which is different. We cannot really say supplement is good or bad. Sometimes when you go to the hospital and the doctor just tell you stop supplement, you will spoil your kidney, your liver. But I think this is just a whole general idea that we must agree that supplement is just a general title, it's just a name. But be good or bad, we really have to look into the details of how to make it, what are the ingredients and what are the dosage, etc. We can't say like cars with four wheels is the same car. I believe every car, the car performance, which is different, even the engine where it's made from is totally different. And sport car, family car, or luxury car, are they the same? No, right? So you make some. That's why I have to make things clear before I move into more details, right? So supplement, we have to look into the value, the price, quality, and the targeted solutions, everything. So there's do you know that actually I realize a lot of people actually not knowing this, that if you take the wrong supplements, because some of the supplement they actually put in a lot of builders and binders to make it more stable and make it more granular. Granular is basically means that it makes it more bigger. So customer behavior, the thing is more worth it because the size is bigger. Rather you receive a small tablet or capsule, you say, hey, it's too tiny and it's so expensive. And I realize this is part of it when they, it's kind of the concern, that they're also concerned about the size, which is very, very interesting, right? And the other thing I want to mention is about that how I choose a good supplement. I think I will look into the certificates approval from different authentic organizations, which is very, very important, right? The first thing I will look into whether they have 6S quality, process. You may not know what is 6S, but maybe let me go through with you what is 6S. The first one is the selection. Okay, it's the selections of we have to select the best product, the ingredient for our particular supplement. And the second one, which is sourcing, we are sourcing a lot of good quality product from good quality places all over the world, right? And the third, which is specifications. What is specification? Specifications basically is we are actually using the very, very good raw material to ensure that we get the best result, right? And the other one, which is the standardization, which is very important. Why? Because the standardizations will definitely extract out the essence that we want. For example, green tea. We can't really take the whole green tea because the green tea also, contain caffeine. But you do want the caffeine, but yet you still want the high, antioxidant ingredient in the green tea. How to do that? So we have to really, really use a good, very good technology to extract out the ingredient, for example, like the polyphenols as well as the catechin. This is what we want, but we do not want. That's why the tea green, that we have, which is caffeine free, right? And this is just to ensure that we always get the right things that we want, because natural could harm you as well. Remember, natural is good, but natural could harm you as well if you do not take the right ingredient, right? And the fifth, which is the safety. Of course, Nuskin have safety product, otherwise we do not have 6S, right? And number 6, which is the substantiation. So the substantiation is also very important to a lot of us, like doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, scientists. Why? Because it makes sure that all the clinical study are done. So by using the very good effective ingredient as well as the effective correct amount to be used in the supplement to ensure we are safe to take. So after explain all this, right, I hope that I give you the general idea that we cannot take, because some people, they say, well, I can eat the whole lemon, but really, can you eat the whole lemon with the skin? Because we want the limonene. We want the limonene, but the limonene only actually it's only on the surface of the a lemon. So the lemon, the meat itself, which is just vitamin C, which is not what we want, which is very general. But the limonene actually, with this ingredient, can really fight cancer, which is really anti-cancer. So when you eat lemon, do you really eat the skin? I do not know. But what about grape? If you eat grape, do you eat the grape seed? The grape seed is so bitter and it's very, very hard to digest if you just bite like that. And it's not really soluble fiber. It has to be, turned into another small molecule in order for body to absorb it. So I believe that this is why we have to really understand that why is that necessary to extract out the essence in order to benefit all of us. right? So a lot of things, yes, but because you are important, and why session is important, because I really have to explain to you a lot of things in such a short time. So be patient, be bear with me, all right? And besides that, I just want to highlight a few things that you have to know, which is the life pack that actually certified by NSF, which is the National Sensitizations Foundations. If you do not know what is that, basically it's for athletes, all right? It's for sport people, athletes, right? And not only that, do you actually know that Nuskin is also one of the official sponsor of the Chinese Taiwan Olympics team. That's why in Taiwan, we are actually it's actually qualified, granted the right of the Olympic logo on the Pharmanex and Nuskin product. It's such an honor, really. It's such an honor, right? And not only that, Pharmanex, the Racemax, Cordimax, the Tigri receive health good license from the stage, which is the FDA. People keep asking about FDA, and here you go. Here we have, right? And not only that, we have a lot of probios, optimal, Racemax, actually reviewed strictly by the this Taiwan Department of Health. So not only that, okay, the last one, not only that, our TL90 Dura Pack, a wide span pair with R Square, Racing Mac, a lot of things like G3, T Green, it's all listed in the physician that's reference. You see, I'm trying to give you the whole idea that why we should be, giving the full confidence when you want to, consume a supplement like Pharmanex product. After explaining for so long, do you think that you feel safe to give this best supplement to your loved one, to your parents,
Yes.
to your husband? Yes, I am, because I keep sharing good products with my family, even my husband, my father-in-law, my brother, my mother-in-law, everyone, because I know that they deserve the best and I love them. That's why I cannot afford to give them the lousy products, or even product with risk, or even product with no data or statistic proof at all. All right. So after explaining for so long, I finally want to move into how will I choose a good supplement. All right. So I was starting actually from this liquid to soft gel and to powder, as well as the lozenge, or how you call it, is tablets. All right. So the first one is liquid. So basically, liquids is very high cost. I would say it's the most expensive type of supplement, liquid, but it's very unstable because transportations or temperatures or weather. So that's why a lot of good company, or even good company, I would say, they wanted to produce liquid, but then cannot produce every single one with liquid type. Is impossible. So that's how we have G3. The G3 is also very natural, but yet we do not have extra unnecessary flavoring agent added. All right. And second one, I want to move into soft gel. Actually, soft gel is also quite expensive. I would say this kind of technology is not cheap, but you have to understand certain supplement like fish oil that you can see from the outside is actually totally transparent. It's like so transparent, it's so thin. But you have to understand, the omega-3, the DHA, they are very sensitive to light, very sensitive. So that's why you can find that the marine omega, which is double layer, which is the double layer of the soft gel to protect our fish oil. The fish oil that we have, right? It's a very, very small, tiny anchovies fish, as well as we have a very, very rare and very precious ingredient, which is the kale oil, which is very hard to get it, And not only that, if you really compare, you can see one is very transparent, the other one is double layer, it's very thick. And even the bottle is, you can't, when you look at the bottle, it's really, you can't see through the light. So the bottle is fully covered, right? It's actually protect the very good supplement, because we pay the price and we have success. We cannot afford that this product is, being damaged or spoiled, right? And the third one, which is the powder. Do you know powder is also very expensive? I'm not saying powder like apple powder, orange powder juice, it's not that kind of powder. I'm saying the powder is really from the whole food, which is extract out the essence in powder form, which is super, super expensive. All right, you don't compare this with the apple powder la, grape powder. Is not the same time. All right, so the powder I want to mention, which is because the powder is very you know, powder is very expensive, and because we want to make sure it's not oxidized, and because the powder, if you receive, you open up the R square, you open up the, you know, the whatever Resimax, it's pure powder, right? Do you know what does it mean? It means that they cannot cheat on you. I cannot give you, like, let's say maybe 5 grams, and then just look into capsule. It will be, you know, too little, right? It has to be with the full amount. But the tablets is different. I can give you 5 grams, but I can make it bigger. You get what I mean? So the amount that you pay is I mean, it's huge, it's high cost, but you know, I give you the ingredients just 5 grams. But powder is, I have to be honest to you, whatever you see, I have to give you exactly the amount. So, and when you open up the capsule, actually the capsule is also made by the cow neuron, which is very, I would say, is soluble. It's soluble. It's kind of a water soluble, so it won't damage your stomach, liver, and the kidney. All right. And not only that, okay, I want to talk about the powder slightly a bit more. If you are taking supplement daily, please choose sugar free. Sugar free. All right. You see, all the products that we have, it's either bitter or it's either slightly spicy. There's nothing sweet. It's because, you know, I have actually, why I mentioned this to you is just lately, I have few patients that came to me and they asked me, Dr. Shee, why, you know, my blood pressure, my blood pressure increased. And they say it's ridiculously. I would just say it's not ridiculously. I would say it's something really wrong with you. And then I check the diet, is everything correct? And I just ask them, actually, what extra things that you consume lately? And then they just tell me maybe a collagen, other things, or maybe a certain beverage. They call it the powder beverage is natural. You know, nowadays a lot of companies that produce a sachet, and the sachet is actually mixing with lemon and grapes and whatsoever in this sachet, and they add in the sugar like fructose or maybe the mug syrup to make it taste slightly sweeter, or stevia, you know. So when and they call it this powder beverage is natural, which is completely wrong. This is not natural. All right, the how you define the natural, which is the ingredients should be extract but yet without any sugar. All right, so and without any flavoring you know, agents to be added, you know, coloring or whatsoever. So, and then I realized, because I look at the label, because I check everything, you know, I don't just tell them my patient, you know, this and that, but I really want to, you know, when they pass me the products, other products, I have to really look into the details in order to explain, so that they understand how we, you know, how we look at good or bad, you know, from our perspective. So basically, when I look at the actual fact, which is how you call it, the nutrition facts label, am I right? And I can see that they only write down the ingredient like apple, extract, lemon, this we have pomegranates, ingredient. All right, the ingredient that actually those ingredients that do not come with dosage. I do not know how many grams, and I do not know how many the nutrients, you know, milligrams, you know. There's two parts. One is the product, but product itself, the raw material ingredient, the dosage, let's say 500 grams, 200 grams. The other one, which is nutrition, let's say like sodium, like carbohydrates, like sugar. None of it. It's just the name of the ingredient. And you know what direction of use and the recommendation, it writes enjoy anytime. Enjoy anytime. My patient actually took a day, 3 sachets a day, because it enjoys anytime. It's safe. You know what is safe? It's just safe that it means that it doesn't kill you immediately, but it can kill you chronically. You get me? Slowly killing you, silently killing you. This is the whole idea. So I hope that you understand this is a gray area between supplement and food. In Mandarin, what we call that, those even the sachet in powder form, the beverage, what we call is still called food. 食品 and supplement, 保健品, is the totally different idea. So don't jump into the gray area and say that your supplement is supplement, all right? So another thing I want to talk about, that why the powder beverage is being easily accepted by people, is because some people, they do not want to swallow. You get me? They do not want to swallow. So I think it's It's okay that you can open up the capsule and then you just mix with water and just drink. But people tend to accept it because they just have to drink. And they always think that this is natural. But again, when you read out the ingredient, I want to highlight one thing to you, that the ingredient that you read it, you might not able to eat it. Okay, you see it doesn't mean you get it. All right. But the V6S is you see it, you absorb it, you can use it. So this is more wise. I would say this is with really a lot of wisdom if you choose the product with 6S, because it protects you a lot, right? And the money that you take, the money that you pay is so worth it, right? So it's the same as like you see the money, but you cannot spend it. And the other one, you see the money, you can spend it. Which one do you want, right? So this is just a layman term idea. And finally, okay, move into the lozenge or tablets. People used to call tablets, right? So the tablets actually is out of all the supplements form, which is the cheapest one. You might be surprised. Really? Yes, it's the cheapest one. That's why you see a lot of companies, they like to innovate their supplement into tablets. First, it's cheap. Second, stable, right? So the cost is really extremely compared with powder. Powder is extremely high. It's extremely high, really. So if you look at the, you know, some people, some companies, they really produce like one single vitamin C tablet, one single, you know, vitamin E tablet. So almost everything with tablet. And then the grape seed, you know, we call the grape seed the ingredient, which is we call it as resveratrol in tablet. Everything in tablet. So when you consume, you have to consume 20 to 30 tablets, and every one of them with just one single bottle. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah. So if you look at this, if I want you to take supplement to fight anti-cancer, which is require A, C, E together. So what are you going to do? You have to buy A, C, E, and fish oil together. So you have to buy each of them. Yes, each of them. So the whole idea, I think, when we really from the holistic, because I study holistic natural medicine, we really take care body as one whole body. We cannot separate them, you know. You cannot say just today, hey, other department, you know, other department, you have to hold on. Today, I'm going to just give supplement for the heart. Can you do that? Heart, and then after a few months, finish, and then you say, hey, now it's liver time. And then after that, you say, hey, now it's kidney time. It's not like that, you know. How I study nutrition, it shouldn't be like separate. You cannot separate them, because they move as a whole. They move as one body, because it's first in our body. They move together, right? So when you buy supplement, you shouldn't just target on one. Oh, this is for heart, you know, this is for lungs, and this is for whatsoever, you know. It's not like that. I think the whole idea of Nuskin, which I agree the most, which is because they target with the whole idea, which is using overhaul. That's why we have the whole set of TLNF, which is not 1 month, which is not 25 days, it's 90 days. It's the full program of TL90, and the full program of the dual pack is required 3 to 6 months. It's 3 to 6 months, you know, it's not 3 to 6 days. So I think when you really spend the time of 3 to 6 months for your body, you really can see the huge difference. But you must be patient with it, because it's not drugs, it's supplement. It takes some time as well. And so the whole idea, I just want to give people a very general idea that, you know, if your bodies are like a wooden house, when you have problems, like let's say a bit headache, you know, backache, you know, cold and coffee, you know, cannot sleep well, and all these little things, they are symptoms, and actually they are symptoms to chronic diseases as well. So with
Yes.
all these problems, your body is just like a wooden house, wooden house. So with a wooden house, when you have a lot of holes, you are just trying to buy single supplement to fill the hole, you know, to fill in the hole, to make sure it's just not leaking, you know, or maybe the water, you know, dripping is not leaking. But you didn't solve the whole problem. And I think it's very funny when people, they, you know, they buy a very exclusive premium product just to fix one thing. And you know, if do you imagine now you have a wooden house, do you want to install a very good air conditioner in a wooden house, or you would rather to just renovate the whole house to become a bungalow? And then only you have the good fundamental, which is after TL90 and dual pack, to build up the fundamental and to build out a whole bungalow. That's how only you start to install your air conditioner, you know, your bed, your curtain, everything. So that's how later on you move into single. Can you see there's another way is upside down compared to the, what you actually heard it compared to outside. It's totally different idea. All right. So now actually I'm sharing with you and I'm teaching you to be smarter in a sense. Okay. So the last, which is I think yeah, and people ask me the last questions, which is why dual pair and why TL90, the whole program, and why Nuskin? Well, I would say Nuskin has found the answer, because I would say if you understand, if you know DNA, they have very specific ingredient or any specific formula that they have their own preference. Just like you have your own preference, you like durian, you know, some people hate durian. Everybody have their own preference, and DNA has its own preference as well. So it's the same as right now you have car. You have a car, and you know car, if you want car to run, you need to pump in the gas. Am I right? What we call petrol.
Yes,
But
yes.
today, if I change the gas or the petrol to very high quality extra virgin olive oil, what do you think? Can you run? Can the car?
No, 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 cannot.
What about I change it to very high quality coconut oil? Can you run? The car
Oh
can.
my God.
It will definitely spoil the car. So you don't ask me these questions because car just need gas. There is no there is no it's just fact, actual facts. It's just actual fact. Okay, it's the same ideas that you know what our DNA want, just like the baby that need milk more than beer. You don't give beer to the baby. Yeah, so I think generally this is the whole idea. I have chosen New Skin. This is my reason, and I really think that we really found that what DNA likes and wants. And I really can say that New Skin technologies is truly amazing, and every effort that they make, right, is truly a matter. This is my sharing.
Yes.